Derico Calhoun, Sanaya West, and Savon Washington.
How you all doing today? Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance presented by Derico Calhoun.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Please enjoy a performance of Lift Every Voice by Saree Taylor and Kateri Traven.
Knock 'em dead, guys.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing arise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun, let us march on till victory is won. Let us march on till victory is won. Let us march on till victory is won.
Thank you, Saree and Kateri.
Please be seated. Before we begin, we would like to introduce our honored guests.
We are honored to have the members of the CMSD board.
We are honored to have network leader Lorenzo Russell and other members of High School Network 2 with us today.
We are most honored to have our friends and family with us today.
And finally, we are honored to have Eric Gorman, Chief Executive Officer. At this time, I would like to welcome Head of School, Miss Mack, back to the stage to share her remarks.
Thank you, Savon and Sanaya. Good job. All right, as I promised, I was going to get through this very quickly. It has been an emotional year, I'm sure, for all of you and all of you as well. So I'm going to make this quick. 18 years ago, I don't think any of us were imagining this story. We were imagining the stories of the time. In 2003, Arnold Schwarzenegger was just made the governor of California. Apple was just launching iTunes. And I'm sure, much like me, you guys were all dancing to Hey Ya and Milkshake in your front yards. We were probably not imagining a story where we were attending an outdoor, socially distant graduation for the class of 2021 after the strangest school year most of us have ever experienced. That is today's story. Let's move forward 18 years. Imagine we're at a graduation for the class of 2039. If we were giving this speech then, we would have stories of masks, vaccines, Zoom school, virtual hangouts. Stories of, in my day, you had to walk all the way from the bedroom to the living room to go to school. These kids in 2039 are going to think we and you guys are the crazy ones. They're going to accuse you of making up the stories. That's the thing about stories, though. They can be one sentence long, cliches, tales that you've heard before, or they can be like yours. Your story is unique. Your year may have made you angry and frustrated, but to the class of 2021, you have the distinct honor to be a story that everyone will tell. It may be time for you to turn the page, but I am honored to be a part of the story that no one will ever forget. Class of 2021, even though I've only seen you in person, some of you for the first time today, I want to thank you for letting me be a part of your story. I want to hope that maybe I will be in another chapter with you later. And with that, I'd like to welcome our CEO, Eric Gordon, to the podium for his remarks for you guys. Congrats, 2021. I love you.
Well, good evening, moms and dads, grandpas and grandmas, brothers and sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins, family, and friends. Welcome to the MC2 STEM High School Class of 2021 commencement. Before I share my remarks, Ms. Mack said all of it. This has been a super challenging year for everyone, probably the hardest year that we'll experience in our lifetime from a public health issue, in addition to everything else going on in our country and across the nation. We would not have been here in large part if not for the exceptional educators of MC2 STEM High School and the Cleveland Metropolitan School District who stuck with this class all the way through. Please help me thank my educators. If you would please stand and be recognized, our CMSD educators. Up, up, up. I have always known we've had the most exceptional faculty in the country, and they proved it this year. Thank you to all of you here and those who are watching through the stream. To the class of 2021, I came to Cleveland in 2007, and one of my first projects right here in this building was to dream of a new high school called the Metropolitan Cleveland Consortium for STEM High School, MC2 STEM. We wrote the grant that funded this high school over winter break. We were awarded the grant on Valentine's Day, and in 2008, when you were 5 years old, we opened MC2 STEM. So you are my first class that I've watched grow up the entire way from preschool and kindergarten to seniors today. And so, yeah, that's exciting for me. So with the few minutes I have, I want to share a couple of things that I hope you'll take with you as you leave MC2 STEM today. And for our audience, this is going to be a great photo moment. So I would encourage you to pull out those phones, or if you still have a camera, you can use those too. Pull them out. And students, here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Just please stand up at your seats. And you can keep looking out at your loved ones, but just stand up at your seats. And the first thing I want you to do is I want you to lift your left hand up as straight as you can reach it, as high as you can reach it, straight up in the air. Yep, your other left. Okay, so on the count of 3, I'm going to give you a second direction, and I want you to do exactly what you hear as soon as you hear it. And families and friends, on the count of 3, that's when you're going to want to snap this picture. 1, 2, 3, raise higher. Did you hear that? Everybody's going, oh, because you lied. You said you was reaching as high as you could reach, and when I counted to 3, you got like 6 inches taller. All right, have a seat. There's only one other thing I want you to do. I want you to close your eyes. This time I do need you to look at me. Close your eyes. And if you can still see me, your eyes are still open. And I want you to listen to the next sound that you hear. Family and friends, this is the sound I need them to hear. I need you to shout your baby's name that's about to graduate from MC2 STEM High School! Make them hear you back home! Come on, you can do more than that! This is your baby! This is that preschooler I was telling you about! Your kindergartner, come on! Don't quit now! Come on! Remember middle school? Cheer! They're done with middle school! Come on, one more time! What do you think? One more time? One more time! So why did we do this? This is the part where I'm supposed to remind that you'll hear every child's name. I promise you will. Why did we do this? Here's the point. I know there are some of you sitting here today that didn't think you were going to make it. That you told yourself, I can't pass that test. I'm not going to finish that demonstration of learning, my project. I'm not going to get my college class done. I can't make it from the bedroom to the living room for Zoom. I certainly can't make it back in hybrid. I know there are some of you who are sitting there who doubted that you would be here. Worse, I know that there are people who have told you you shouldn't be here because you're black or Hispanic, because you're a woman, or because you're an immigrant, or because you experienced poverty, or because you went to a Cleveland public school. I know you've heard it. But here's what else I know. They are wrong. They're wrong. This diploma that you're picking up today is the same diploma that every student in the state of Ohio is picking up. It is not worth less. In fact, with your 1,200 college credit plus credits, it's worth more. I'm putting it back. But here's the thing. I wish for you, as someone who has watched you grow up literally since 5 years old, that you would never again tell yourself, I can't do it. I can't finish this class. I'm not going to get this degree. I'm not going to get that job. I can't buy that house I want. I can't love the person I love. Worse, I wish I could make sure no one tried to tell you that. But the haters are going to hate. So here's what I can do for you. When somebody tries to stand in your way and tell you you cannot have what they don't think you should have, or when you start to let it creep in yourself, I want you to sit for a moment with your eyes closed. I want you to not just hear, but feel the love that just poured over you, that I know you could feel, not just hear. Feel that love. And then I want you to stand up, and I want you to go higher. Congratulations to the class of 2021 MC2 STEM High School.
All right. Thank you, CEO Gordon, for those remarks. At this point, I'd like to invite our salutatorian, Nazia Fruits, to the stage.
Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome. To start, I want to thank the staff for all of their effort and dedication, especially during this worldwide pandemic. Your commitment is and will always be appreciated. With that being said, congratulations, graduates. The sacrifices you've made, the stressful nights, all the hard work is finally paying off today. Although I have only known you all for a short period of time, give or take like 6 months, you all have impacted my life positively. I wish you all the best of luck on all of your journeys. The world is so lucky to have such an inspiring group of people to take part in it. Lastly, I would like to give a personal thank you to everyone that has helped me throughout my short life. You all have influenced me significantly. I could not have achieved as much as I have throughout my life without all of your support. I cannot express my gratitude enough. Without further ado, please welcome Senior Class Valedictorian, Maya Stinson.
All right. How y'all doing? I'm good. Okay. Good evening, friends, family, staff, and students. I welcome you all to the graduation ceremony for the tenacious class of 2021. I'd like to begin by stating what a great honor it is to speak on behalf of our class, as it is a reflection of the integrity and determination of myself and the constant support that we've received within the last 4 years. In addition, I owe the most gratitude to God Himself. Without God's grace, it would be impossible to accomplish everything that has led me to the stage, and His blessings should not go unacknowledged. While the last year and a half has not been the most ideal for a group of teenagers who have had senioritis since their sophomore year, we can finally say that we've made it and earned the bragging right to boast on this achievement, graduating in the midst of a global pandemic. For that, let's give ourselves a huge round of applause. Okay, let me get that. Now, I'd like to divert your attention to the real reason why we're here. Not solely for the celebration of the end of our high school careers, but for the anticipation of the future that awaits every student here. Since the very moment that we entered the basement of the building beside us in 2017 to accepting the diplomas that we've earned today, we were all bound to face a future full of unknowns. Many of you may think that you have it all figured out simply because you are aware of your next few steps, whether it be attending college, joining the military, or taking one or a few gap years off. I must inform you all that this is only the beginning. That's right, after 13 years of waking up at the crack of dawn, barely making it to the bus stop on time, telling jokes at the lunch table, and competing with one another for the title of class clown. We still have not reached the very end of our journeys, but are just beginning them. I like to think of life as a chapter book, where we can only imagine what the forthcoming pages will entail, and in this case, the pages will represent each day that we persevered through. As we continue to turn the pages, we advance toward the ending of the chapter that we are in. I'm sure that I can relate to all the students here when I say this 4-year chapter and excel beyond our wildest dreams. We will never forget MC Squared nor the times that we shared here. From the Science Center to GE and commuting to Cleveland State as juniors and seniors in high school, we've developed from childish teenagers to courageous young adults. I'm proud to say that there will never be a class like 2021. And after 4 long years, I'm even prouder to say, MC Squared STEM Class of 2021, we out. All right. In addition to me, the student speaker, our class has elected one of our biggest supporters, Mr. Bukhar, to speak on our behalf.
Mr. Gordon, administration, honored parents, caregivers of our students, thank you, the class of 2021, for the honor of addressing you on this joyous occasion. I would ask you to do one thing, one more participation here, is I would like you to all hold up a thumb. Thank you. This is very special for me because I had the unique privilege of having had this class not only as seniors but as 9th graders. From a teacher's perspective, I had the opportunity to witness firsthand these marvelous students whom I met when they were exuberant, wide-eyed, lively, and I'm picking my words very carefully, adolescents barely out of middle school transform into mature, serious-minded young adults. I was so looking forward to having these students in class again, in person, and believe me when I tell you that this kept me out of retirement, having you guys this year. Teachers are not supposed to have favorites when it comes to students, but I will say that this class was one of the most creative, motivated, challenging, but in a good way, and just plain fun that I've ever seen in my career. I was really looking forward to teaching this class again. Couldn't wait to get you guys in class, but a tiny little bug came along, changed all that, and it changed the world in a lot of ways permanently. We didn't know from day to day what to expect. You hear a lot of quotes in graduation speeches, but this one will only have 2. Okay? One of the most profound quotes that I have heard in a long time has to do with that uncertainty that we felt as educators and students. It is ominous as it is hopeful. I quote, "We are flying in an airplane that we are at the same time building." I'm not going to tell you where I heard that quote because I don't want to embarrass Superintendent Gordon, so I won't tell you where it came from. What makes this quote really profound is that it is open-ended. The plane could crash or it could successfully be built, and given a little turbulence, it would fly. Well, you, the class of 2021, boarded that plane, you helped build that plane, you flew that plane, and you landed it right here in this field. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to build your rocket ship and fly that to the stars, where you will discover your own personal greatness. More on that in a second. Yes, indeed, the pandemic changed our lives in far too many ways to mention. Not all effects were bad, though. Some were positive, some were even blessings. For example, it reminded us to care for one another. The importance of family. It reminded us to cherish our friends. And a very interesting thing happened. We inadvertently witnessed what is known as a paradigm shift. The onus or responsibility of education was shifted from the teacher to the student. This is critical in the ideal of students taking ownership of their education. This year and part of last, students didn't have the benefit of face-to-face with their teachers helping them with their schoolwork. We were there to guide as much as we possibly could, but believe me when I tell you that the class of 2021 truly brought into your own education, owned it, and the result will be evident on the stage today. Ladies and gentlemen of the class of 2021, keep that spirit of inquisitiveness and educational ownership alive and carry it with you for the rest of your lives. The gaining of knowledge never ends. It doesn't end after college or trade school, not even grad school. It is a lifelong quest. And always remember this, second quote here. Knowledge is the key that unlocks the greatness within you. Knowledge is the key that unlocks the greatness within you. In closing, I'm going to let you know, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Teachers don't want anyone to know this, but the hardest part about being a teacher is not long hours, it's not behavioral issues, it's not what you'd expect. The hardest part of being a teacher is saying goodbye to students that we have come to love. That being said, this then will not be goodbye. It will be, please remember that our doors will always be open for you to visit and let us know how you are doing. Please do that. Please keep in touch. It's now time, you maniacs, to go out there in the real world. Cure cancer, promote world peace, even invent something that will that will benefit humanity, but above all, maniacs, it is time for you to master your own path and change the world. Thank you. And now the moment you have been waiting for 12 years. I am pleased to welcome Ms. Mack, Mr. Powell, and CEO Gordon to certify the diplomas.
And we're going to do this kind of quickly because there's something coming and we want to get across this stage. Head of School McKinnon, class advisors, and faculty, do you attest to the fact that these students seated here have satisfactorily completed the requisite course of study prescribed by MC2 STEM High School, the Board of Education of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, and of the Ohio Department of Education?
I certify that all students on this stage this evening have met all the educational requirements of the state of Ohio and the Cleveland Metropolitan School District and have met the state testing requirement. These students are now ready to receive their diplomas.
Now, by the authority of the Board of Education of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, I have the high honor to bestow upon you, the members of the MC2 STEM High School Class of 2021, the diploma of MC2 STEM High School, along with all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Ms. Mack, please call the roll.
We're going to pass this honor on to your favorite, Mr. Powell, and we're going to get started, class of 2021.
Class of 2021, please rise to receive your diplomas. Maya Nicole Stinson. Nazia Marie Fruits. Angel Nicole Johnson. Kateri Elizabeth Trabin. Iviana LaShawn Jackson. Iviana LaShawn Jackson, I'm sorry. Janiyah Michaela McCray. Joanna Kalina Mendez. Joanna. Prabresh Mishra. Dylan Minor. Keontae Marie Dawson. Siri Namistai Tyler. Dorico Rydell Calhoun. Sorry, I'm trying to do this. Savon M. Washington. Sanaya Marie West. Tashar Abdul Haq. Nazir Abdur Rashid. Jihad Ibn Abdusattar. Talasha K. Anderson. Cameron Emmanuel Barclay. Renee Nicole Bonner. Tavier LaShawn Bruce. Omarion Bryant. Raekwon Jermaine Bryant. Xavier Caraballo. Kaya Chapman. Brian Terrell Matt Clack. Kier Clay. Denisha Labria Cole. Artica Denisha Connor. Kyle Paul Dodona. Ryan Dye. Danielle Eggleton. Kylan Marcel Kylie Flowers. DeAndre Rashawn Gill. Nathan William Jaffray. Adonis J. Rye Voice Gordon. Eric Herzer. Elijah Hodges. Jerome Diallo Howard Jr. Sorry. Jeremy Christian Hunt. Rashawn Kyle Jason. Darius Alexander Jessup. Malachi Johnson. Michael B. Johnson. Mariana Ann Johnson. Raphael Eric Jerry Johnson. Davon Jaden Jones. Ian Nicholas Kowalski. Troy Damone Landers. Aaron Tyshawn Lawler. Layla Yolanda Logan. Marvelous McCollins. Destiny Elan McGee. Delia Antoinette Menifee. Lanice Iris Marie Menifee. Anthony Lamar Moten Jr. Elisha D. Munoz Perryman. Brianna Lynn Neelick. Shania Crystal Lachey Owens. Paris Penson. Rashawn Stefan Ali Reese. Ian Drake Rios. Elijah Javon Rocks. Jalen Jamal Sadler. Jeremiah Salters. Alyssa Marie Scott. Marisha Dorianne Scott. We almost through. Christian Nicole Smith. Janelle Norris Smith. Kendall Denise Smith. Xavier Javon Sapko. Anisha Tarrant. Darius Lee Wallace. Malaysia Washington. Brandon Delano White. Nadia Williams. Rashard Ronald Willis. Kennedy Jashay Wolf. Ricardo Raphael Woods. Congratulations, class. MC Squared STEM High School, class of 2021. You're right. They said they wanted to keep their hats. Oh. If you haven't already, you may now turn your tassel from right to left. Thank you. We beat the rain. My man. What you gonna do? We beat the rain. We won.